Welcome to the WK Burnout Studio. I'm Christina.
And I'm Dustin.
Alan behind the scenes. And today, Dustin is going to tell me that I can order a 2024 Chevy Chevelle SS.
Yeah, because we can say stuff like that all that we want, but that doesn't really necessarily make it true.
So you're telling me no?
I'm definitely telling you no. This episode's about debunking automotive industry myths.
Yes.
There's a constant flow of these things.
Mm-hmm.
The internet is full of AI generated articles that are full of misinformation.
Yeah. And it's hard to tell what is accurately true and what is accurately false.
Right.
So, yes.
And a big part of this isn't just like picking a few things and saying, this is not true, because most of it isn't that you see. But it's the hard part about being, an enthusiast, an automotive enthusiast. That doesn't mean that you're, just into race cars or whatever. No, that means that you're into automobiles. It could be your pickup trucks, your Suburbans. It could be whatever, electric cars, whatever the case may be. There are a lot of automotive enthusiasts out there. And the place we get our information is the internet.
Yes.
And it can really be a minefield of misinformation and clickbait, stuff that's just designed to get you to click the article about the 2024 Camaro Z28, right? Because I want to see that. I want to see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know about this. I'm going to click it. Okay.
Gotcha.
They got me. I didn't get a virus. I didn't buy anything. But they still got what they wanted. They got my computer screen to display the advertisements that they are paid to
generate
serve to me. So that's why these articles exist. It's not because they have like some secret bunker where they're getting all this special information. It's just to get you to click on it, and then they get money from the advertisers. And, so you might say, well, it can't be bad. It didn't turn my computer off and say I needed to go get a green dot card or something like that. But it's still junk. Yeah.
And how this started with us, piece of hair.
Oh, get that.
Anyways, how this started with us getting on this topic of debunking these new vehicles that are going to be coming to or available to everyone is you had mentioned something about you seeing all these articles about this 2024 Yukon refresh. And, you've searched and everything you found was confirming the 2024 Yukon refresh.
It was supported by the first couple of pages of Google.
Yeah. And it was sites that you've found credible, before.
Some of them were credible. And there were a couple of them, like GM Authority, that it's like, man, they're usually pretty good. But their original article, that they had made was in higher ranking than the correction article that was made 8 months later about how there's not going to be a refresh in 24.
Yeah.
But the information and that carried over to our customers, our customers that like to buy every refresh model year, right?
Sure.
So they got a 22 right now and they're like, hey, I'm ready to order my 24. I see that it's going to be all new. Here's what the front looks like. And we're like, man, that is not right. And they're like, no, dude, here's the whole first 2 pages of Google say. They show spy photos, they show renderings, all that stuff. And that doesn't make it true. Right. We would love for it to be, but it's not. That actual particular thing got put off till 25.
Got it.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg for how many things we get asked about, right? I mean, you mentioned the one of the big ones that's been running for, I don't know, about 5 years now, the Chevelle.
Oh my gosh. And I know why I see it all the time is because every day I'm searching Chevelles because that is my dream car.
Right.
If you don't see me here, it's because I won the lottery and I'm going to pick up the Chevelle.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah. She has to show it off, do burnouts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm completely WK loyal. However,
she's got to go get that car.
But so, yes. So, someone sent me an article. I've had 4 or 5 people send it to me, and it's the revealing of the 2024 Chevy, not Chevrolet,
Chevy.
Chevelle SS that I can order and that will be available for $45,000 and gets 25 to 34 miles per gallon. And what else was? Oh, and I'll have many safety features, including emergency braking, lane departure assist. I mean, it was just
so
everything.
we're talking in detail stuff that's just all total
0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, just put numbers and things and stuff like that on it. So not real.
Right. But
now there are photos and people bring those up a lot too. Like here's a picture of the Trans Am. Here's a picture of the Firebird. Here's a picture of the Chevelle.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those are aftermarket companies that upfit modern cars. You buy your new Camaro, right? You take it to Trans Am Worldwide. Really, 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 really cool shop. But it is an automotive customization company. They're a pretty big outfit. But you give them your Camaro and a X amount of dollars, $100,000 or whatever the case may be, for them to do the Trans Am treatment to it. They take all the body panels off, interior, and put, Trans Am flare stuff on there. And they do the same thing to make a Chevelle. Yeah. Right. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
But boy, the articles, they go into such depth about, they leave out the aftermarket. I feel bad for them as the company that does all the work to make these vehicles, that some people deem it necessary to give GM credit, show the pictures and put in, EPA mileage and stuff like that for something that not only is not in the works, but it's not, it's not even close to real in the way that they're describing it. Right. So it's just kind of rampant misinformation.
Yeah. But it's just, I guess I just think about it as, people send this to me and I see it. And sometimes you think, is this real?
Did I miss this? I think that all the time. I look up stuff that I've looked up so many times because I'm like, man, I don't want to tell people wrong.
Right.
That's a pretty big deal to me.
Sure.
Right. I want to due diligence. I want to dig in and find out, or find how they got that impression. Right. And then I can, confidently tell them, dude, that's not right.
Right.
So
it's just something that I guess you think that people will do their research and find out. And it doesn't even have to be about vehicles, just in general, like just because your friend shares something does not mean that it is accurate. The truth, not everything on the internet is true.
Yeah.
I mean, but however, it's just kind of something that we just kind of got on the subject about. And I see a lot of, and the last couple of weeks, people have been sending me, different things like, is this going to happen? Is this, especially the stuff on the Camaro? And
the
it's
Camaro.
Like, no,
I have a good
not.
one. I have a list of people that have reserved a new Corvette SUV. That was pretty convincing, right? It was Motor Trend. That, according to General Motors, is not a thing that is in any fashion in the works at all. And they're not trying to keep it top secret, guys. There's more value in spy shots and camouflage vehicles and leaks than there is in saying, no, really, we're not doing that.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So, the only Corvette expansion that's even in any way in development is a sedan.
Got it.
But they're so, Corvette SUV, that was really, it was a believable one. It's not, it's not just something that us, pros know better and, dummies fall for. No, it can be extremely convincing. And there's not really anything to give you for advice to get around that, other than the best source of information is, other than the WK Burnouts, would be the manufacturer's websites.
Absolutely.
They have those for a reason.
Yeah.
They put new model stuff and upcoming on all their pages. And if it's something that you're wanting to get in line for, it's going to be on there. Yep. And that's really important. There are a lot of sites that have General Motors in their name, GM Authority, a lot of different sites that release information, and some of it's good. And GM Authority, I don't want to drag them because there's a lot of good information on there.
Yeah, I
don't think they intentionally make fake articles by any means. They go off of trademark, filings, patent filings, stuff like that. There's a lot of work in that stuff. But sometimes it's all for naught. I mean,
Right.
a global manufacturing company that's got a long history like General Motors. They're going to trademark some names that they're never going to use for stuff.
Sure.
They're going to re-trademark things from vehicles in the past.
Mm-hmm.
The El Camino. Well, I'd want to hold on to that name too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would continue to re-trademark that. That doesn't mean I have a whole team of developers working on
Working
it
on
and
a new one.
engineers
Yeah.
all building one. No. There's no El Camino. There's no Firebird, no Trans Am, no Chevelle.
Yeah.
There's no Corvette SUV. There's no 24 refreshed Yukon. And here's where it really starts to sting. There's no 25 Camaro. Right?
Yep.
24 is the last year of this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be a generation after that? Sure, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be in 25? No. That plan, this isn't from some, master feed of insider information. They really don't tell us anything.
Right.
If you can think about it, we're their customer.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to tell us in advance too much because then we'll stop ordering this stuff and wait for the new one.
Wait for the new one. Yeah.
They treat us just like you. They treat their whole dealer body and everybody in it like that. And it makes sense. That's how they roll.
Yeah.
But just kind of having an understanding that some of this stuff is very, very not true, and that the best source of information is to look at the manufacturer website.
Yeah.
So you can do that with all makes, all models of vehicles.
What was the other one? It wasn't a GM, but it was something that was super, like a Barracuda or something, that was going to be one, 2. But so you can tell your Uncle Richard at Thanksgiving that he is not getting.
That he is not on the list for an El Camino.
Or a Trans Am.
He might be on the list, Uncle Richard, but you're not going to get an El Camino, I don't think. And hey, all of this stuff, just so we stand the test of time, has a little bit of an asterisk for 5 years from now. Who knows? We could have a flying El Camino. I don't know, but right now, none of that stuff is happening. And another emphasis on the Camaro thing. That's not the end of Camaro. We've done this before. If you don't recall, we skipped a whole entire generation time frame. In the early 2000s. So that's not unusual, and that doesn't mean that it's not coming back. But 24 is the last year of this generation. And there won't be a Z28.
Yeah.
Again, there will not be a Z28 for 24, and there won't be some surprise like here's 25s all of a sudden, and they're all Z28s. No, they're not going to do that.
Well, I guess you can take Alan's name off the list.
Yeah,
then.
I'm taking your name off the list for that.
He was getting that.
Yeah,
Well.
so that's just a sampling of the things that we have recently been asked to debunk, and a little bit of guidance on how to effectively debunk things yourself a little bit.
Verify it.
And it's kind of funny when we get asked any of these questions. Just like I said, we don't know until we dig in and do due diligence also. And what we usually do is find the thing that you found that led you to believe that, and then work back from there, because there is no secret that General Motors could tell us that we wouldn't want to tell you immediately.
Yeah, that's why they don't tell us.
So they don't tell us any secrets. So I would immediately, if they told us anything that was truly confidential, I'd be like, "Hey guys, check this out. Look right here." No, that's why they don't tell. They don't tell us anything.
Yeah, I'm glad that nobody from General Motors really knows us, Dustin, because otherwise you would just thrown us under the bus for any kind of future secretive intel.
Let us inside track on something. They'll make us leave our cameras and cell phones in a little bucket outside if they ever invite us to that.
They'll be like, Dustin Bailey and Christina Marquez, you need to step over in this line.
Yeah. Put these dark blinders on.
Yeah,
you can't even actually see anything we're doing here. Yeah.
But I mean, like we said, some of that stuff is just really, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. It can be really convincing. But just
do your due diligence.
Do your due diligence and check on shared articles, and look at the website it's from.
Look at the source.
Yeah, and sometimes there's nothing that's gonna reach out and tell you, and just call us.
Yeah,
that's what everybody does anyhow.
Yeah,
just ask us, and then we'll dig through stuff and figure out if there's actual validity to things. There's a surprisingly low number of press releases from manufacturers. Really. And you can actually go to every manufacturer, GM included, has media pages where they put out their official announcements, every one of them, announcements and press releases, right? That's the real word. And that's where we get our real updates and announcements as well. I mean, if anything, they might release it on that, like at the same time they send it to us in Global Connect. But otherwise it's not like, it's not like we get it beforehand or that gets it, but maybe at the same time. Yeah. But yeah, the press releases are kind of few and far between. But there are a lot of things that you can kind of dissuade. And I would not base major financial or life decisions on an article off of motor1.com or carinfom.eu or something like that. You know, don't base like your whole life financial decision on an article about the 25 Camaro Z28 because you're like, well, it's time. It's going to happen. Guess I'm going to sell the house now so I can be ready. Okay. Live on the streets from now till then, and then I'll be in business. No, don't do that. If it's, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we've seen stranger things, but
we have. We have. Yeah.
It's just something that it was just weird that how many people had reached out and was really like, is this real? Look at this. Did you see this? Did you see? And like, I've seen it a year ago or whatever, but just recently it has been a lot.
It has been. And we talked about this before the show. AI generated articles are the new thing because you can take literally all the information on your one article your clickbait article that you've written and plug it into your AI article generator and say, reword and change images. And then boom, you have it so that you can paste on your other websites to get clickbait. And and again, I said it's clickbait isn't necessarily a virus or a scam purchase or anything. It's just getting you to go to a site and potentially believe something that's fake, but they don't care. They just care that the ads on the side of the web page show to you, and then they make their money and they're good. So that's why people do stuff like that. I don't think it's a bold group of rebel automotive enthusiasts that's trying to get the real info out there.
Right.
No, it's fake articles so they can get views on advertising.
And I would like to say that, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, people are being creative in a totally different way than is
it's
maybe
bad creative. It's like
it's not an honest creative.
Using your powers for evil, not good. That's what it
is.
Evil
to tell me that I can order. I'm telling you, I got on there that I pick a color. I could pick the most.
I saw you in the office. You were crying.
I even brought everything
down
here. What is it?
John R. or something like that.
I can't remember, something Wilson.
Yeah.
And
the author of this article broke
June
this
11th,
girl's heart.
2023.
Yeah.
Upset.
Shame on you. Whatever your article writer.
Darn it. I had it. Brad Wilson. It's something Wilson.
Brad Wilson.
But anyways.
If you weren't the guy.
What we are trying to say is just be careful. And everything that you read and everything that is shared, is not always accurate. Yeah. So
grain of salt, ask us for backup, check manufacturer websites, and that should be groovy.
Yeah. I mean, when Uncle Richard at Thanksgiving, just like we said, says he's going to go pick up his Trans Am, just like he had when he was 16 and all that fun stuff. I mean, great story, Uncle Richard, but probably not going to happen unless you go to, what is that called? Trans Am
Worldwide.
Trans Am. There you go.
Worldwide. It's a cool name.
But anyways, we just wanted to do something fun.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of neat.
It's fun, heartbreaking, but fun.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I mean, it is.
We dash your hopes and dreams. Well, it was fun, right?
We had fun doing it.
It's pretty fun.
But we just wanted to be your trusted source. So if you have any questions, I mean, let us know.
Yeah,
reach out. We're happy to, consider us your research partners with our lab coats on, our glasses, all the
and stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let us be that person to you. But again, we appreciate all of your support. It's been super fun doing this, and we will cruise on by and pick you up next week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This has been a WK Burnouts production.